My top music producers say that ambition is a trap. Something very strange happens when very successful producers finally hit that dream goal. They play EDC, they play Tomorrowland, or they finally get that dream signing. A day later, something strange happens. I get a phone call from them, and they're the most depressed I've ever heard. These producers were all once my students, and back when they were in my classes, they were convinced that their life would finally make sense if they just accomplished this one thing. If they only play this festival, if they sign to this label, if they hit this income or reach this milestone. And now, when they're sitting on the other side of this mountain, they're wondering why it doesn't feel as they'd imagined. They come to realize that ambition is a bit of a trap. Not because goals are bad. No, goals are incredible. They give you direction, they give you purpose, they give you something to build towards. The problem is when you convince yourself as an artist that you'll be happy when this, or you will have made it when this, that day never actually arrives. When my career first started 20 years ago, I had my own version of this list. I threw concerts. And originally, I just wanted to throw my own show. Then I wanted to sell $1 million worth of tickets. And then it was $10 million worth of tickets. When I started Cosmic Academy, this school that you're watching, it was if I only could get 100 students, and then it was 500, then it was 1,000. And then I wanted to teach at Harvard, and then I did that. We wanted 100,000 YouTube subscribers, thank you very much. But every single time I reached one of those goals, got excited for maybe a day, maybe a week if it was a really big one. And then something strange happened. My brain immediately moved the finish line. Okay, what's next? I wasn't celebrating anymore, I was chasing. This is what psychologists call the hedonic treadmill. Your brain adapts to almost everything. This dream that you had becomes normal, and then the impossible becomes expected. Your baseline keeps stepping up and up and up. And then you're on this cycle where you're just almost getting there. And then it happens again and again. I see this constantly with producers. They say, I'll finally make it when I sign to Monstercat or this label. Then they sign, but then they're worried, I have to get an even bigger release now. I mean, think about this with numbers of listeners or followers you have on social media. Someone wants 10,000 monthly listeners, but then it's 100,000, then it's 1 million. Nothing changed. They didn't change, but the goalpost gets moved further and further. And that anxiety continues. The scary part is, the better you get, the worse that this can actually become. Because then the wins start coming faster, the expectations grow faster, and your comparison in a funny way changes so that you stop comparing yourself to the DJs and producers in your hometown, but now you're comparing yourself to the top 1% in the world. And it's no wonder you feel behind. You continue to move the measuring stick every year, and even the top producers do this. This is actually one of the biggest things we work at inside of Cosmic Academy. We help producers with their music and labels and their careers and festivals. But if all we did was help our students reach those goals, and then they ended up miserable afterwards, that would be a failure to us. Building a career to us also means building a mindset that you can truly be happy with and enjoy. So if you're serious about making music your future, and you're looking to work with people to help navigate all of this personally with you, I'll leave a link below in the comments to apply. Now let's talk about what actually does create lasting fulfillment. After coaching producers for over a decade, I've noticed something. The happiest people aren't the ones with the biggest careers. They're the ones who fell in love with the process. They genuinely enjoy making music. They enjoy learning, they enjoy solving problems. Ironically, those are usually the people that get the most success anyway, because they're no longer making music to escape who they are. They're making music because they love making music. Success becomes a byproduct, not the purpose. There's a quote that I love. Happiness is wanting what you already have. Think about that for a second. Not getting more, not just achieving more, wanting what you already have. When was the last time you actually stopped and appreciated how far you actually came? 5 years ago, you would have killed to have the skills you have today. The studio you have today, the plugins you have today, the knowledge you have today. But because you keep adapting, it doesn't feel special anymore. I'm not saying stop being ambitious. I'm probably one of the most ambitious people you're gonna meet. I have enormous goals still. I want Cosmic Academy to help 10,000 more students, 100,000 more students. But those goals don't determine whether today is a good day or not. Sure, they're directions, they're not destinations. I just love doing the thing. It's the process I love. So here's a shift I'd encourage you to make. Instead of asking, what do I need to accomplish with my music to feel happy or successful? Ask, how can I enjoy becoming the kind of person capable of doing those things? Once you feel that capability and you've grown to that level as just a person, the successes are gonna come, but it's gonna be a byproduct of that mentality. Being obsessed with making music is gonna take you way further than being obsessed with the accomplishments that come with it. The producers who last 20 years, 30 years, the ones who survive burnout, all of them discover this same truth. The festival wasn't the reward, the label wasn't the reward, the money wasn't the reward. It was becoming the artist capable of those things. And once you realize that, then ambition stops being a trap. And then it becomes a compass. Not because you're chasing this feeling of happiness anymore, but because you found that feeling along the way. Now, if you're trying to up your game and fall in love with this process even more, we have hundreds of videos on this channel directly related to making the process better. I'm gonna have the algorithm decide what you wanna watch next. It's gonna pop up right here. We'll see you in there.